So we fast forward to 2008, and you're on Donald Trump's Celebrity Apprentice.
Correct.
Did you know Trump before then?
My mom has a charity called the Baldwin Fund for Cancer, which started for breast cancer, and for many years we've been raising money to do research to find a cure for breast cancer. So in being from Long Island, Trump, when we all became relatively successful actors, was always kind of helping with that stuff. Okay. But I never hung out with him, met him, never, hung out with him personally. Until I did Celebrity Apprentice, which I did twice.
Okay. But being on The Apprentice, did you get to know Trump at all, or was he just there for his shots and then he'd walk away?
It was mostly him just being there for the shots. But what was cooler for me about doing The Apprentice is I got to be a little bit of a fly on the wall and just watch him. There was this one moment I'll never forget. I can't believe this is the one moment I reflect on with Trump and The Apprentice. It just cracks me up. But the rapper Lil Jon was on one season with me and Trace Atkins and Piers Morgan and all these people. And,
Piers was on there.
And Lil Jon's sitting there, and he turns to Donald Trump and he goes, "Hey, Mr. Trump, I got to just ask you a question." He's like, "What's with the hair, man? How come He literally goes like, "What's with, how come, you could cut it back, you could do something, you could style it, and you probably get a lot less flack from the media about your hair if you just change the style." And literally he was like, "John," he goes, "I got to tell you," he goes, "no matter what I do," he goes, "they're going to talk about it." He goes, "If I make it this, they're going to talk about it. If I don't do it," he goes, "so I figured just leave it alone." He goes, "Otherwise, I'm not going to give them something to talk about." If I had an old iPhone of mine, I'm dead serious. I'm going to find this photo in my old, Apple Photos thing.
Okay.
But it's me on the double-decker bus in New York City. There's those two tours.
Yeah.
In New York City, we did a huge Celebrity Apprentice promo where the whole cast got on a double-decker bus with Trump and drove around the city. And I was sitting behind Trump, and his hair went up and I filmed it on my phone. I have the photos of Donald Trump's hair going up in the air, and he doesn't care. That's, in my opinion, one of the things that's kind of cool about this guy is he still doesn't give a shit about what anybody thinks. But I love having those photos. I might have to get a billboard of the future in Manhattan and just go Trump,
Trump hair,
2028, whatever.
Well, you became one of the first celebrities to actually endorse Trump when he was running later on.
Yeah, it's a crazy story, man. Don Lemon from CNN.
Yeah, I know Don. I actually, I just interviewed him, and then he had me on his show as well.
So Don Lemon and I had done 3 or 4 interviews. Mm-hmm. And he's Don Lemon, and I'm Baby Baldwin. At the time he interviewed me, he liked having me on because I was the token born-again Christian. He liked having me on as the token born-again Christian, which I thought was funny. But Don Lemon's very funny, very intelligent guy, and we did a bunch of interviews. And he calls me up and he says, "Hey, man, they're talking about Trump, and, he's ha, and he's thinking about running, and come do the show. I want to talk to you about Trump." And I went, I don't want to talk politics, and, Trump's cool, but, I did Apprentice and whatever. And Don Lemon was very funny because he goes, "Oh, Steven, you and I have such a good time. We have so much fun. Don't worry about it." He was just we'll just make it up as we go. You know what I mean? But literally, in the week or two before that interview, I had been with some of my guys that I went to school with, high school with, that were Wall Street guys. And a lot of financial people at that time were pretty excited to consider Trump if he would run. Which, that's what Don Lemon was looking to talk to me about in the interview. He's like, "Well, what do you think?" So in September of 2015 is when I did the show. And on CNN, he said, "What do you think about this?" And I think Trump would be a pretty cool president. A lot's happened since then, Vlad.
Oh, yeah.
And he's back. He's coming back.
Yeah, he definitely is. And, he legitimately won. I voted for Kamala, but, I accept the fact that he won. And hopefully things will be a little bit more calm this time around.
Yeah?
Yeah, we'll see though. But he wants to buy Greenland, and I think he wants to make Canada the 51st state. And
Yeah.
there's a whole lot going on right now.
Yeah. So when we started this interview, you said I was related to some people, right?
Yeah, not Trump though.
Yeah, but so does
Other
this,
presidents,
but
the Bushes and
if
FDR.
Canada becomes the 51st state, does that mean I can go move to Ireland? Can I? If I just feel like,
Yeah, why not?
isn't that cool?
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a little overcrowded if Canada becomes the 51st state.
Everyone's
So
gonna
I'm
come
just
down
making
here. Okay, you're making
plans now to
All
have a
right.
more comfortable kind of existence, maybe outside of America
Why not?
in the future.
Why not?
I was thinking Canada.
Yeah.
That's just gone out the window now.
Right. It might be the U.S.
Imagine how crazy it's going to be in the future when Canada's just the 51st state.
All of Canada. I mean, would they break it up though into multiple states? Would they take the provinces and make those states? I don't know. I mean, it'd be interesting.
I just think there's a lot of comedy about to happen. Is what I think.
Oh yeah. Put on your seatbelts. Well, I noticed when you came in. I mean, you're wearing long sleeves now, but you have tattoos.
Yeah, man.
You have
Too many.
You have Asian letters on your arm. Got some stuff
Here's
on your
my
leg.
baby. There's the baby shark, dude.
Baby shark. Why did you get a baby shark?
Yeah, it's
tattoo?
Grandpa Shark, dude.
Grandpa shark.
Grandpa-
Oh, Grandpa shark. Because you're a grandpa
Shark,
now.
Grandpa Shark.
Okay.
Grandpa Shark. And of course, he's got the little Captain America.
He's got the shield.
So it's Grandpa Shark, Captain America combo.
Yeah.
And what I tell I got it for my granddaughter.
Aha.
And what I tell,
Congratulations, by the way.
thank you, I have a 4-year-old granddaughter and my new grandson.
Right.
But my granddaughter Iris, who's into Baby Shark, I got the Grandpa Shark there because in the future, any young fellows that may want to date my granddaughter, I get to tell them, see this little Grandpa Shark? Be careful with my granddaughter because, you know, what you see is the Baby Shark, but what's watching after her is Grandpa. So
Right. He's got the shield.
behave
so-
yourself.
Well, you have an interesting tattoo on your left shoulder.
From Homegirl.
Yes.
She owes me.
HM.
She
for
owes me. Hannah Montana owes me.
Right. So you got the tattoo because you were supposed to be on the show, but you were never on the show.
I took my daughter to a Hannah Montana filming. And when we were there, we were able to go in the back and say hello and say hi to mom and dad and everybody. And I had a tattoo for my wife on my shoulder. So at the time, little Miss Hannah Montana turns around and says that she felt like that was a great commitment to my relationship. So she turns around and says to her boyfriend at the time, see how Steve Baldwin gets the tattoo for his wife, this, that, and how come you don't do that for me?
Oh.
She made this joke. So I turned around and I said, well, if I get a Hannah Montana tattoo, will you put me on the show? She goes, absolutely. If you get a Hannah Montana tattoo, I'll put you on the show.
Right.
I got my HM a couple months later.
Yeah. But you were never on the show. Right. You said this is one of your regrets in terms of your tattoos. Yeah. I'm sure
So-
some people watching this can relate to.
When she goes back to acting, I'm sure she'll
Oh, you got to cash that in.
honor her end of the wager.
Yeah, cash that in. Hannah, you owe him. Come on. He got ink for you. Well, you know something? What if she got a Stephen Baldwin tattoo? Wouldn't that be kind of even then?
Maybe a Gwampy tattoo. She'd have to get a Gwampy tattoo. 'Cause
Gwampy.
that's my nickname, Gwampy.
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 Got
Gwampy.
it. Okay.